Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So I'd like to thank the STOA for inviting me to this very stimulating, interesting workshop. So my topics will be dealing about metrology to increase traceability, quality, and reliability of safety measurement. Okay, so overview. I will talk about my talk will be focusing on metrology and food safety. Some words about measurement tools to increase food safety, the mycotoxin issues, and then also some organization or some infrastructures associated with a project related to metrology in the food. So, what is the measurement is in our history is a very important issues and is the nerve of modern society. So this is just an example of where metrology is a part of our life, from when we're born. So this is just to at hand all different aspects of our life, because it measure different things that we are normally used in our daily and in our life. So just an example, this is, for example, in meters is kilogram for weight, critical optical for light, for sugar mole, ampere for electricity, temperature for thermometer, and second hours for time. This is just an example about how it is important metrology in our normal life. This is because it's very important to measure and then by this output we can determine our the level of our life. So this is just an example how the measurement and metrology have an impact in science, and how the measurement is important to confirm the hypothesis that we are dealing in different part of our lifestyle. So this is metrology is a very important also in the food safety and quality, and generally we call high food quality, particularly for traceability, for nutritional quality, and for safety. In safety, we are just talking about chemical and microbiological safety. And in chemical, I'd like just to highlight the importance of pesticides, heavy metals, and mycotoxin, and other different chemical compounds. But I'd like to focus the attention about mycotoxin. Just mycotoxin, as you know, as said before by Ralph, is a secondary metabolite produced by different fungi that are occurring on different crops, and particularly maize, wheat, but also other, that can be there carry over in different products that food products. This is just an example: bread, corn, and so on. And then this is quite big problem in terms of diffusion of this problem at a global level. We have, for example, for deoxyribonucleic in wheat, this is quite extend area at the global level with different risk area. And if we move also on, for example, in peanuts, this is another problem about aflatoxin, of course is concentrated in tropical area. So this is a very important problem, particularly now with this climate change. The risk is higher and higher every year. So the impact of mycotoxin problem of trade, of course, is very high, and there is just a list of different crops that we can import with different risk about mycotoxin. For example, we have maize, cereals, coffee, pistachio nuts, peanuts, and spice from different parts of the continents at the global level. Of course, this problem have a big impact about particularly for the third country where the problem is chronic, and then we have big economical losses, financial losses for due to the aflatoxin contamination or general mycotoxin contamination. But the worst thing is that the best quality is exported in European or in other countries, and the poorer quality is consumed domestically. So this is also from there are different issues that we have to consider from, of course, from health, but also from ethical issues. So, considering the regulation about mycotoxin at the global level, we can see by these slides that Europe in the food played a major role in terms of regulation, followed by North America, Oceania or Asia, Latin America, and the last is Africa. Moving on the feed, we have a different position about this, the opposite role, where North America played a major role, followed by Europe. But anyway, the third country, particularly African countries, are very really low level of regulation. These, of course, have a big impact about health issues in that country. And then this is just an example about notification, about rapid alert system for food and the feed in 2015, last year. And then, as you can see, so the mycotoxin played the second major important role, followed by pathogenic microorganism has a rejection, with the very high impact of economical issues. Of course, all these concerns promote is a big market about of a diagnostic kit. So this is, of course, all players along the chain need a really very robust, quick, and validated technology in terms of diagnostic kits. And then the major contaminants are antibiotics or others, mycotoxin and pesticides. And then so we foresee that in this market will grow in for 6% every year towards evaluation towards 2020. So this is a really big market, and also in order just to guarantee the safety at a different level. So food safety and metrology, of course, are very closely related, and the success of the food safety program is, of course, is linked with a robust measurement capability at all stages. And, of course, a metrology concept play a vital role for improving the effectiveness of food safety measures. So we need really a different metrology concept to covering different gaps in different for food safety in these parts of food. So also the quality assurance process has metrology tools for food safety implementation are based on a single interlaboratory validation of analytical methods, use of certified reference materials, employment of routine internal quality control, and the proficiency test. Of course, this is a very important issue too. So, and then in order to guarantee a good issues in metrology concerning traceability, quality, and the food safety, of course we have different. We have to include different approach in terms of high quality reference standards, validated methods, robust sampling practices, calibration approach, natural matrix reference materials, speciation of chemistry, assessment of measurement uncertainty, establishment of traceability link, and certified reference materials, and the last but not least, the proficiency test. So this is a very important part of metrology. There are also different infrastructure associations and that are linked or promoting with metrology. We have the Eurochem, Euramet, GRC, IMECO, International Standardization Organization of Standardization, European Committee for Standardization, and the EORC and the UPAC. So these are all different organizations that promoted metrology in the food. And then we think that all these organizations have to communicate together in order to have the same language at the global level, because we need really a harmonization at the global level about what has been done so far, but also what we expect in the future. Because with the new technology, with the new challenging, we need, of course, step by step, further metrology issues that we need in the next future. So, and then also in this respect, we have just an infrastructure. Metrofood is already past the first stage at the European level that we believe, strongly believe, that can help in terms of promoting metrology in food and nutrition at global, at European level, of course, with different challenging at the global level. And finally, so I'd like just to introduce the project about of mycotoxin, MycoKey, that dealing about of mycotoxin management in the food chain, with also by considering some aspect of metrology in order to rationalize and harmonize these science in the mycotoxin issues, with very strong cooperation with China. That we have 11 different partners from China, and then we think that it's very important about these issues to have a good cooperation with the big country, big continent, in order again to harmonize this aspect. So thank you very much for your attention.